paradise, the land producing fruit.
I said, boom. Yeah, I'm FEDZBACK, bro. Y'all just stay tuned, man. I'm on some fuck shit. I'm on some real fuck shit. I'm finna get on some real fuck shit. One leg go around, I gotta get on some real fuck shit. I hate to be played with, bro. But I'm finna ant up, though. We finna ant up against these motherfucking sinful people in this world that enslaved us. Though we finna do right here. But I'm back on my fuck shit. I will put me on my fuck shit, right? So we gotta do it like this. We gonna do it like this and like that, I know. On Fed. Boom! And I'm live, bro. I'm ending up by my motherfucking self. Oh, lost that one. Gone. Disconnection. Lost that one. I see that. Boom. I don't see everything, but I see that. I see that on the tiz-off. I see that on the tiz-off. Which one I want to run? I'm gonna run these last two. I'm gonna run these last two like that, though. We're gonna run it like that. I said, bam.
He be right there in my third eye with my eyes closed still there. Cause he gonna leave all count.
We're gonna run that bitch.
Hey, nigga.
I said, bam, I'm up in this
First lady of Melanese. Yelly, we up in this bitch. Capricorn Council. See? Capricorn Council. The heat. Huh? Man. A northerner don't think like a westerner, man. They ain't got the same struggles we had. They had to fight and kill and steal and enslave to get in the position they was in. We was born.
We ain't had no struggles. We ain't had no struggles. They had struggles. They hungry fuck, eating each other and all that shit and try to reverse the roles. But we gonna get to the core of this shit, because I done found this North Pole. To this day, they done went to the North Pole and found this big ass sheet of ice, but they still ain't find the pole. Because I already showed y'all they created and they made it up. I already showed y'all in all these videos over here on this melanated line over here, melanation 3GD. I'm that nigga, bro. Yeah, over here I done showed y'all all up in this bitch. Receipts, all the receipts you need to bag up what the fuck I'm telling you on this motherfucking video. This was going on. And this, I'm go to the core of this shit. I ripped their ass away from the roots.
Divine and empowering God's jewels. I'm gonna say that and get out of that, because I don't want to just expound on one thing. But nigga, I found the North Pole by disrespect. Every time they disrespect this son, I'm gonna bust them. Every time they disrespect a moon. Every time they disrespect the soul proprietor of this motherfucker. Every time they do it, I'm gonna bust them. All you gotta do is look for the disrespect. That's how you gonna reverse it. That's how hashtag reverse that shit. See? All you gotta do, all my hashtag meant something. Hashtag poo. I heard my nigga say the origin. Yeah, the point of origin. Once you find the point of origin, you can see where a motherfucker came in the pitch at, and where you gonna send his ass out the pitch at, and where he's still lingering in line at. Nigga, this your point of origin right here, nigga. But everybody's point of origin is the sun. See? That's the source. So once they disrespect the source, it's so easy for me to hashtag reverse what they done put in play with all these little circles. They got to play with circles because you taught it to them. The circle gonna always represent that sun. And the earth fits inside that circle. Even though that sun is traveling, it's got a long that it travels. Everything in the heavens moving. Even the star they tell you they don't move. It's got a circle. It's got a smaller circumference that it circles, but it moves too. And see what everybody trying to center and focus on is putting an X on that spot. But it ain't stationary. But we navigate the waters, the flat waters, to that star. And it wasn't called north. Anytime you hear north, it's disrespect. You niggas ain't found Santa Claus yet, man. Ain't gonna find him. Just like you ain't gonna find this pole, this magnetic rock with this water post rejuvenated in the center of the water. You ain't gonna never find it because the Northerners are making this shit up off the knowledge they took and gained from you. Now they gonna recreate the world and start a new world structure. They gonna start a new world structure up under acts of violence and a whole lot of sinning. It's just like my nigga wrote that corn, say they can't live up to what they have taken. They took your moral, your code of conduct. They took your code of conduct and trying to claim your code of conduct, your ethics, your morals, your values, your commandments. They can't live up to it. The things they doing to get in power disrespect the moral conduct, the code of conduct that we have already put in place. So now they got to find out a way to wash their sins away and then perpetrate from the infiltration they done, the war and the killing and stealing and killing and raping and destroying and all this shit they done, this sinful shit. Now they got to find out a way to wash all their sins away with one sacrifice. You are not the sinner at this point. Not center, but sinner. You ain't sin, you been sinned against. That's why they had to force you to forgive those who trespass upon you. Remember, it was forgive those who trespass, and we forgive those who trespass upon the other. You have them trespass upon your land. They want the land because they don't have no land. So they see what the land do. The land is paradise. The land producing fruit and knowledge. The apple, man, this shit crazy. As an AI text model, I cannot directly generate and display image files, but the original Earth cross symbol, also known as the Sun cross, the Earth cross is also known as the Sun cross. See, everything they do, I'm going to be able to track it back to the source. Everything, I don't give a fuck what it is, I'm going to be able to trace it back and run it back to the true source of all this shit. And every time they get out of bounds and disrespect it, I'm going to be able to bust their ass up. It's just simple as that because I'm fucking with the source. The earth is a powerful source that produces resources, but the source of the source that gives the earth the light, everything comes through the light. The radiation of them concentric rings coming from behind that sun is the life. Y'all gonna get this shit before I get through. Cause you fucking with the source. Why the fuck you got there? You at the source of everything, bro. Anything they writing outside of it is disrespect. Oh, the universe was here first. And it was other universes and billions of other suns and galaxies and shit. Bitch, you disrespectful. Oh, I'm the one. I'm the only one. I'm the perfect light. I'm the perfect light. The sun. So the Earth cross is also known. I'm going to show you where the X come in. I just showed y'all this shit. I'm going to show y'all where the X come in at, though. But I found the pole. This going to be a hell of a lie. I'm going to be on this bitch for a minute. I'm going to stop this bitch, come back, all kind of shit, because my screenshots all over the place. I've been goddamn riding, y'all. What this shit say? This is also known as the Sun Cross, the astronomical Earth symbol. So this is the symbol of the earth. When you go past the church and you look at that one and you see that right there in the middle, they got that circle with that cross. That's what they got in the wonders of all the churches right now. You looking at it. It's been erected. This the earth. The earth is flat. This how they make the earth not be flat right here. This the start of the disrespect right here, bro. When they lift this cross up. You got the circle with the dot. The dot represents the all-seeing eye, the seat of the souls. This Amun, this that black, that's that eye. From that eye to the end of that circumference, you get a rod of this. What that name? A rod is a rod. That's what you get raw. The radius. That's the radius of the circle. You studying the sun, bro. And now you're gonna start studying the path of the sun. You gonna study life. If you want to know where life come from or what the fuck you study in life, you got to study in life by studying life. Then you sustain yourself on the earth by eating life. Life sustain life. Niggas wasn't killing shit and eating shit, man. That shit ain't a part of our culture for real. That shit just been accepted over the years. Nigga ain't killing shit to eat shit. Nigga, you eating dead shit. Shit won't even sit on your stomach right.
I want somebody to bring me an ancient story from our ancestors where they was eating fish. I ain't found it yet. I'm looking. I'm trying to see. I used to be caught up on that fish shit.
Your full potential been fucked with. You see what I'm saying? It's a visual representation as the sun equiliteral cross inside a circle. Equilateral cross. So this week will be what they will make the equator, nigga. Y'all better peep this shit inside the circle. As globe crucial. The main thing they trying to do, they trying to say that it's some magnetism that's causing, they trying to make a pivot point. They making a pivot point. This, I'm showing y'all the creation of the globe and how fake it is. So they trying to make a pivot point towards the center. They want that to line up with what they call the North Star. Now, North, you already fucking up. The North don't get no shine. God already said that. He ain't said through linguistics. He showed he don't give them no shine. They in the mountains, and it shows y'all this shit now. So you take that vertical line, and this is how you separate west from east. Ain't but two sections. You don't have the cardinal four directions yet. You only have east and west. So this line that they talking about right, this equilateral line that will eventually become the fake ass equator once they lift and erect this cross off the ground, lift the earth up off the ground. You're gonna let these motherfuckers pull this cross up and lift the fucking ground up instead of water is surrounding all the lands and turning it into a spherical ball. Y'all niggas out y'all mind, bro. Y'all niggas out y'all mind, bro. Cause this what they did, bro. This how they created it. This how they created the globe. I done told y'all the first steps, and I'm showing y'all what the fuck they did next. When you draw that horizontal line going up.
Yeah, FED, 3GD for life. 3G deception, God, globe, and gravity. FED, flat earth discussions. That's who Fed is. Back on my fuck shit.
Cross that motherfucker, then it become what? 4 sections. And then that's what X will mark the spot. See? That will be your 8s. That will be 8 pieces and complete your pie down, see? See? You're gonna go from east to west. You're gonna go from the right side of this circle all the way across the center and go all the way over to the west. And now you got 4 sections. And now that make northwest, Canada, all that shit, all that northwest. And down here in the right hand corner, that's the left hand top hand corner. And at the bottom, that's gonna be Africa section. Then we're gonna make that motherfucker south. They're gonna make it southeast. See? And then you take another line and come from northeast over down to the southwest. From east to west. That's how you gonna mark your X. That's how you gonna get your X. But in the meantime, when they stand this bitch up, they gotta make 2 more. They gotta make 2 more. they give them the opportunity to make it a sphere. And now they gonna make 2 poles. Now this is where they gonna create this pole at once they lift the earth up off the ground. When they lift the earth cross up off the ground. But first thing they did was put the sun on the ground. They put life on the ground and deem your God to the earth forever, nigga, as a magnetic pole. Because they know the truth is, he do. Let me show you. Let me get out show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See this? The sun is indeed a unified single source of life and energy of our solar system. And it literally, in literal sense, it is all in one powerhouse that holds everything together. So whatever force it is that's causing things to rotate on their pivots or whatever's going on is held together by well. By who? By God the Son. But these people are going to come up with some kind of magnetism, some kind of magnetic pole that is causing the stars in the universe to pivot. See, that's the fuck shit. What magnetism? You ain't found it yet, but I found it. I'm going to show it to you. I found it. See? And then they said it contains 99.8%. No, it contains 100% of the matter, and it holds everything together. Gravity. Ain't no gravity. Disrespect. If the sun holding together, how you gonna come up with gravity? Disrespect. You disrespecting the sun. You just said we're holding together. What's pulling, what's pushing, it's doing whatever it need to do all by itself. Then try to take some energy and get energy of 0.1%. All the energy comes from the source. Wrong answer. Thought I was a sweet lick. Wrong motherfucker. You wrong. Anytime they disrespect something, I'ma bust their ass. I'ma bust them, because you disrespecting. You just said it holds everything together as one. He the mama, the son, the father, the spirit, the boat. Anything you say solar belong to him, because he the solar. Why you think you niggas got gold crowns? Because his halo is gold, not red like that sun over there. Look at this shit. Now once they now they holding the weight of the sins of the northerners. All that dirt they done did, now they gonna use your morals and ethic to wash themselves clean by sacrificing a goat or sacrificing the sacrificial lamb. So they esoterically did all this shit, because they got to do it esoterically, because they don't know shit. They corrupting your knowledge. They corrupting your shit. See, I got so many screenshots down. I write on to go so far. I write on. See, this is where they come latitude lines in. Latitude. North to south. That's on flat earth though. You ain't going up to the sky. So latitude is not going up no water ball. It's going from the south side to the north side. See? On earth, while altitude measures height above sea level. What? No, it don't. But they said, altitude. Yes, it do. I'm talking about that latitude shit. That latitude shit ain't no lines that's going motherfucking water ball, bro. Disrespecting Mother Earth now. See, you disrespecting the sun, then you start disrespecting Mother Earth. Only way you go up here on Mother Earth is on land, up a mountain, up a hill. You can't go uphill on no water in natural thoughts, bruh. That's northern thinking. You can't do that. Latitude lines goes across. From north to south, you ain't going up no water, bruh. See that disrespect? Passing the 43rd parallels moves you into the cooler climate zone, but does not change the elevation. Yes, it does. Because that's that mountainous region. Once you get past that 43rd parallel, that's where them folk coming from. And they esoterically wrote a goddamn Jacob's ladder that went all the way to the heaven where they can see the pearly gates of heaven and everything. Things ain't never said none of that shit. Land stays flat or risen into mountains based on local geology. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Let me get out of there. Let me get out of there. Let me get out of there. Cause I just want y'all to study the sun path. Once you study life, you gotta study the path. You know what I'm talking about? Let me start right. Let me get out of this story right here. An earth cross, a two-dimensional cross layout are net over Earth's surface, such as an earth cross, which is the sun cross, a two-dimensional cross layout or net of Earth's surface, such as an unfold map projection. Unfold, that's flat. Surface, that's flat. Transformed into a globe or sphere when its 6 outer arms are flapped or folded inward to join along their edges. What? 3D geometry. Folding a 2D cross map aligns the outer perimeter edges connecting planar coordinates into a 3D spherical shape. These motherfuckers is lifting the motherfucking earth up on a so-called polar axis, bro. But first of all, they take the source that does it and make it a magnetic rock and call it the North Pole, a magnetic mountain, and deem it to the center of the earth where they start creating a place called the North Pole. All that North shit bullshit. All that shit disrespecting the sun, because they just snatched the sun out of the sky and made their pivot point. But they made it off life itself, because this is the true pivot point. It's the sun. The true pivot point and the true life and the true thing that hold all this shit together is the sun. They take it and dim it to the earth, and now they gonna do all the talking and shining and control motherfuckers with religion, politically, and all that shit. That's what's going on. Because they really can't take 3D, because guess what 3D is? You the third dimension. All this axis talk. What about talking about no axis? They talking about axis because axis, they got an axis is something that's put in place that things rotate around. Rotating around the axis. So they're trying to figure out the universe and the stars and shit and see how they are rotating, so they create axes. This is where the axis talk come in. And you were the axis mundi. But we wasn't calling it axis mundi. This axis talk didn't come from us, bro. Everything they give you, you got to give back this axis talk. We gonna talk with axis, but that ain't our talk. That ain't how our ancient people talked about this shit, bro. The sun is the true pillar of this shit. The sun is the true axis and pillar of how everything works and it's held together. Whether they want to be magnetism, radiation, whatever you call it, come from the sun. Whatever holding it place, the sun is doing it. Ain't no pole doing it. The sun is the North Pole according to them, because they took that black disc out that sun and put it on the ground and called it a goddamn magnetic rock and started making compasses point towards the center and said it was in the center of the earth, and you ain't found it yet because they've been bullshitting the whole time. They unfair, man, don't play. The Z-axis, that's you. Anything on the surface with height becomes a Z-axis. And the axis mundi is what connect the sky, the skies, the stars, and the spirits. That goes back to the, yeah, right there, that's the first tier, the third tier, however you look at it. Then the surface is going to be the earthly realm, the surface, sea level. That's when you get your horizontal line that creates the underworld. The underworld is not created in the ground or in the water. It's created when the suns go out your view and appears to be disappearing underneath the horizon line that is made by the water. The water made the horizon line. That's why it's called horizontal. The horizontal line is made by what? The horizon comes up on the water, and you see the line of the water is always 360 degrees. Wherever way you look, is flat. That's what horizon. So once the sun disappears up on the horizon, that creates the third tier, which is the underworld. Now this is what everybody on earth want to know: the path of the sun, the path of life. Motherfuckers following the light, studying the light. And while you studying the light and trying to figure it out, you gain so much motherfucking knowledge as you track the path of this sun. They come up with all kind of concepts. Nuke swallow the sun up. It goes through the underworld and travels back under the ground, or it travels back through the waters and emerges again to be resurrected again and again and again. This is your creation story, your erection story, your rebirth story. This is all these stories that you're religiously tied to, and they talking about the source of life. Every last one of them. Personifying themselves as the sun. Mythologically making themselves the sun. Making parables and allegories, making themselves the sun. They tracking the sun, bro. And every time they disrespect it, I'm going to point it out and show it to you. You the third dimension. Nigga say one time, where the height come from, you? How tall you is, nigga? To my where the fuck the height come from? How tall you is, nigga? You standing on the platform. You 4 feet, you 3 feet, you the height, you the third dimension, and that's the Z-axis. Remember that. Remember that. So this shit already, you the third dimension entities upon the earth. You make it 3 in between the heavens and the earth. Anything wide on it, that's the third dimension. The height between the upper tier and the surface, nigga. So you are the third dimension, nigga. And it's called the Z-axis, nigga. See, I want y'all niggas to go look behind me. Fuck what you think about me. I'm gonna bring this truth to your ass. I want you niggas to go check behind me. See, I ran a lot of niggas out like that. Cause they can't go check and come back and bust my head, though. Like I be busting these motherfucking northerners' head, though. My nigga called them hunter-gatherers. Every time I gotta do is look at the disrespect of the sun, he gonna bust them. Can't let these niggas disrespect God, boy. Huh? So you are the third dimension. But guess what's gonna become the third world in a new world order? This globe that they create. I'm showing you how they created this motherfucker. So the first thing, they took the life source that held everything together with the magnetism or whatever was held together, it was held together by the sun. They took the sun, the melanated the hidden source of life, the light, Amen, the one you pray to, the Heavenly Father, Amen, Amun. They took him and deemed him to this spot on the earth and said it was a magnetic rock, a mountain, and gave it the degrees and everything. But they making this shit up. Why? Because they're liars and they're northerns and they don't get no light. So these are the sinners. And the way that they sins got to be forgiven in their mind. Shout out to my nigga Roll That Corn. See? And guess how they do it? They do it with that same earth cross. That's the same earth cross that they gonna put on Jesus' back and make him carry. See, I don't be want to do this shit like this, cause I don't be want, but I got to give it to y'all, man. I got to give it to y'all in a real way. See, they take that same earth cross that I'm telling you Once you cross that motherfucker, this is gonna be the path of the sun. When you cross it, they crossing it with the path of the sun going from east to west. 23.5 in the north side. See, you create a north when you do that. See, when you make that line, you create north and south. And it's on flat. And they gonna try to stand you up and make you be standing sideways on a goddamn ball of water when you are the third dimension to this shit, nigga. You the Z-axis, nigga. You standing up on your ankle, nigga, at a living perpendicular upon the top of the earth, soil. And when they stand that bitch up, they erect that bitch, and that's the pole. I'm finna show you what they did, not esoterically wrote you out your shit. You ain't got no bitch. If you don't believe in Santa Claus no more, you need to let the whole concept of the North go. Because these are the deceivers and the sinners of the world. These the people who sinned against the divine God's jewels, the jewels of God, the jewels of nature, the ones who grow in crops and feeding and tilting the soil and growing life and eating life, fruits and vegetables, sustaining life and taking care of all the life upon the earth. How the fuck we sinning? We ain't doing no sinning, they doing the sin. I don't need him to come and forgive me for shit. I'm being violated. You trespassed upon my land. But now you want to write, please forgive the trespassers if we forgive the tragedy change to the debt and debtors. We had to forgive your debt too. Because y'all owe us. I'm talking about the north, east, and the south. All y'all play games with nature's original divine people. That's what the fuck going on in this world. And so in order for them to wash their sins away, they transfer their sins into goats. Ain't that right, Masons? Y'all do anything wrong, go kill 200,000 folks and go right up in your lodge and ride to go transfer all your evilness into that goat and then sacrifice him through the blood, cut his neck off. Ain't that right, Jay-Z? Ain't that why you and that bitch holding them goddamn horns together and blood sacrificing goats and shit? Ain't that why Jesus become the sacrificial lamb to forgive you motherfuckers of your sins? He ain't forgiving us for no sins. We ain't the sinners. He ain't got to forgive me. We ain't did shit. Everything been done sinful on this earth, it been done unto us. But these people y'all listening to, all the religion y'all wrapped up into and all that shit come straight up off that north side. The Mediterranean Sea is in the north. That's where they start creating that goddamn pole at. But it ain't there. Why it ain't there? You can't go out into the middle of the ocean and find it. You can't ride around the backside of no water, because ain't no backside of the water, because the backside of the water is the goddamn bottom of the ocean. See? Ain't no land masses back there. See, that's how I'm gonna bust Japan, Hawaii, and Australia, because they sitting in Pacific, and they don't even know where the fuck to sit themselves at no more. Y'all ain't paying no attention. You got them on the run and don't even see it. You got these hoes running from you. But you got to be mentally, have the mental capacity to see these hoes trying to change this shit up because of this. They trying to change this shit up because of this. They done did this shit too long on the motherfucker, bro. So when they raised that earth cross up, now they trying to say this was going to make this third dimension. It was going to make you think this globe is the third dimensional world. They go to spinning this bitch in your face every day, all day, until you just get wrapped up and think you spinning on a ball. But they didn't raise this cross up off the earth cross, which is the sun cross. Right. Man, we ain't doing no play. And I do this shit by my motherfucking self. I ain't up by my motherfucking self. Talk to my motherfucking self and everything. Because this is my therapeutic session. Though I'm trying to show y'all, I don't give a fuck. Grab this shit. You looking at the sun disc on this motherfucking, on this motherfucking thumbnail and to put on him. But you ain't got they wait on no eclipse. All you got to do is get your ass up like your ancient ancestors used to do in Greek God when he's coming over that horizon in the morning from the east, not from no northeast, not from no Japan over there with no red flag, red sun on their flag. That shit represent blood, war, and Mars. That's not our sun. That's not the rising sun. Esoterically killing you. No signs and symbols. That's why it's important to start at this sun and don't never take the sun out of it. Even as you go to start studying it, never forget. Never forget the first solar eclipse I showed out. Recorded in stones. It got so many earth rings in it. It got so many suns. Let me show you. Oh Lord, what that is? It's such a reduction, unfolding, glows into a cross-shaped net reduced. Hold on, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna show y'all these rings. I got them. I don't want to really be going back there for. I'm gonna show y'all these rings on this line. The first recorded eclipse, known eclipse. The first recorded known eclipse. That was 3340 BC. See, that's when that was. I gotta go back too far. I just want to show it to you though. Huh? Here it is right here. It's all good. I'm coming up on the right here. Boom. Pull up in there. Pull up in that bitch. I can't find it, y'all. I can't go no further than that. I can't go no further than that. Where it at? I know I got it. Well, fuck it. Y'all just look it up. The Earth, the first recorded eclipse. The first recorded eclipse, and they represent the sun having so. Let me see. I might have went too fast. I might have erased this. The magnetism of the Earth. This the ring that first recorded solar eclipse. Earth. Y'all think these folks over here in Great Britain did this? These folks that's out over here now, the ones who came and over and conquered and enslaved and did all that shit. That's all bloodline shit. And look at all them rings. Look at all them rings. Why they represent the sun with all them rings, and that last ring inside that motherfucker, that's a very important ring. So that's the one that's supposed to line up and center with when they make the magnetism of the Earth. This the ring they trying to center, because this is what they done put on the ground. They put this melanated disc right here on the ground and call it North Pole. And now they want to say that the magnetism from the center point of this is controlling the heavens, and it's the pivot point. This is how they created their pivot point, by snatching the sun, the life source, out of the sky and putting it on the ground and calling it a magnetic rock that will eventually turn from solarius, soul, to polarius. Then this is how everything become polar. Polar bears and poles and shit. Ain't no motherfucking pole, man. Ain't no polaris. These folks making this shit up off your shit. They making they shit up off your shit when they God is the moon. They God is the moon named Manny, M-A-N-I. They got they life source is the moon. Secondary recycled solar energy that been recycled and transferred down to the earth in the mountains from the moon. They life source is the moon, bro. They are not solar cosmic beings. Why they mad at you? The so-called pineal glands they got can not hold enough melatonin to even communicate cosmically with God. You did? Because they ain't got no linguistics. The word come from his workers. The words come from the jewels of God. The workers who tilled in the soil, that's where the alphabet and words came from. God talked to you through the energy, bro. Through the pioneer. And Jacob knowed that shit. That's why Jacob made that motherfucking letter to me. He going up to heaven. See, they took that concept, axis mundi. When you go out and get up on them platforms, them mounds, when you go get up on them mounds and greet the sun in the morning and out through there, they call it axis mundi. But it was just a central pillar that we stood upon to make us elevate and be closer to God and become one with the upper tier, the lower tier, and the underworld. You become the soul connection between the three tiers, and the three tiers is the cosmology of the ancient, and they ain't said nothing about no motherfucking globe, period. I'm showing you how they created that motherfucker. In real life, I'm showing you niggas. Somebody else will get this credit later on. That's how they do old tiger. I don't give no fuck, cause I just want the truth out there. Yo, I don't give no fuck. Just want that. I'm showing you how they created this bitch. That's what I'm showing you. I'm showing you how they created this globe, bro. So that's the end of them creating the globe by dimming the sun down to the earth, the source of life, and then saying this is a magnetic pole within inside of it in the center, that these stars in the sky are rotating and the magnetism of this motherfucker holds it together. But in reality, it does hold it together, but up there in that sky, not down here on this ground. There's a magnetic mountain that's been deemed by some northerners who's sun. But they migrate from northwest to over to northeast to even survive, because the sun wasn't getting their ass no light. That's how I know that's where Anarch at. That's how I know there's a land you don't want to see. That's why y'all got them restrictions right here to this day till a nigga can't fly over there. You used to say it was too goddamn cold for an airplane to even fly over that bitch. And then now you got a sheet of ice that you call the North Pole that don't fit inside the 90th parallel. It's too big to fit inside the circumference of the 90th parallel. Yo, but you know, I'm just a dumb contract nigga on playing though. I don't do no today. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I found the North Pole. I'm gonna show you. When they say I'm gonna show you the pole. I'm gonna show you the pole. So I might get fucking mad at all kind of shit. I don't get no fuck. Y'all just gonna be. This how they got rid of all their sins. And now got you thinking you the one got sins away. You ain't did shit to no goddamn body. They came and took your codes and went against nature. And made goddamn looking at the sun, saying anything about the sun is demon this and pagan this, anything got to do with growing agriculture and then having crops and shit. Why you think they came over here and went in on all the farmers and raised war on the trees? They raised war against nature, man. Though these folks did and esoterically hid behind this shit and knowing they don't like the sun or none of the sun's people. That's the Negro bloodline that I'm trying to show y'all today. Distortion reduction. Unfolding the globe into a cross shaped out reduces map distortion. Reduces map distortion. No, it don't. It fuck up the map distortion. Stretching and sharing across continents compared to traditional rectangular projections. But we ain't gonna stop there. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss something I want. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss nothing I want. Cause I got so many motherfucking screens, so I gotta make sure I don't miss nothing I want. Y'all, they lift this cross up. Okay, go back. Boom. You were pointing out that the Earth's 23.5 tilt isn't just a random astronomical accident. It sure ain't. Everything is a calculated step. These motherfuckers, you understand me? I'm 23.5. Yeah, they're 23.5. She Capricorn. I'm Capricorn. These are tropical. These the tropics. This the tropic of Cancer and the tropic of Capricorn. This is the path of the sun. And the sun don't go around no water ball around no world. It comes across the earth cross from one end to the other end. That's it. That's all. From one end to the other end. Ain't no wrapping around. It just disappears and go to the underworld. And this is how they be able to give you the illusion of this three-dimensional ball and make you not be three-dimensional and make the globe become the third world three-dimensional source of the earth. The water gonna contain the earth instead of the earth containing the primordial waters that we raised up out of, and life was sustained upon the earth. See, this the trick. You'll never figure it out if you keep following and believing what the fuck they talking about, bro. I ain't the one. I relieve rappers just like Tylenol And they know it. So I don't see why they keep trying to front and stunt on me. I ain't going. I ain't gonna let my folks go neither. You're pointing out that the Earth's 23.5 tilt isn't just a random astronomical accident. It represents the physical angle of the cross being carried on a shoulder when you look at it through that lens. The alignment breaks down like this. See, for a long time I've been watching my Jesus walk. And when he walked, they made him put that cross on his shoulder. That cross would be the earth cross, y'all. That cross would be him holding the weight of the sinful ways of the northerners that come down and perpetrate as being the holy ones. See, they done took control of a doctrine that they can't uphold because they're not divine people. They done went against all the rules and regulations and morals and concepts of all the codes of ethic that we have already put in the world. We're obeying and obedient to the laws that we have already created. And they can't uphold it because the things they doing to get in power go against all the ethics that we put in place. So this is how they gonna wash their sins away and then say it's all good. We start over, start fresh. Now we holy. By sacrificing, what? By blood sacrificing. Why you think they blood sacrifice? To clear their conscience. But their conscience don't sit where our conscience sit. Our conscience sit in that melanated disc of life. See, that's life consciousness. That's the portal back to the afterlife. That's where your information and all that shit come from. The seat of your soul, your consciousness. That's what beat your ass up when you do something wrong. You ain't got to do nothing until you're going to beat yourself up. Because you conscious that what you did was wrong and it's going to eat your ass up. That's what eat your ass up, your conscience. And they don't have one, bro. They don't have God consciousness. They put God consciousness down here on the ground and made believe that he's a magnetic rock to start their bullshit. Ain't no polarities, ain't no pole. But if it become one, the earth cross gonna be the pole. 23.5. The earth cross as the frame unfolding a globe into a flat 4-point cross layout creates the literal cross. But guess what it said it was? It said it was an equilateral. That's the equilateral. That's the equator. That's the sun path, the equilateral. That's why you got an imaginary equator. The sun ain't imaginary. The path of the sun ain't imaginary. But now you get this imaginary line that goes all the way around the water, the back of the ball when we stand this hoe up. When we disrespect the sun and disrespect Mother Earth and stand the whole earth up and make it a ball. Every time you disrespect the sun, I got to get you. I got to get you. So 23.5 and 23.5 north and 23.5 south, which would be the Capricorn, melanated yellow there. You understand me? That's the inside of the sun path. Then you got subtropical areas that reaches out to the 35th parallel, north and south. Then you add 8 more parallels on both ways. That covers all the lands. That means God loved all the lands. The Americas and Africa. This is bad. That covers all the lands. But now you got these people that want to play. That think they sit on top of your head because they up in these mountains, can't see the horizon. This when you're going to get the steps of Eurasia. Europeans, Asians, and Africans, all of them together on this, all of them against you, nigga. All of them against the divine. This is how they come back down. When they eventually start coming down, they targeting all the earthworks and all the civilizations that you done created on this earth as the melanated Negroes, the divine God children on this earth. You ain't have to be chosen. You were born divine. You ain't have to choose. You were born divine. You were born in abundance. That's automatic. It's common sense that you is chosen, but you ain't have to choose because it is what it is. But now they got to make themselves a chosen one after they kill your blood. bloodline off and take your earthworks and take your knowledge and corrupted it and this was the beginning of this goddamn globe or this world that you live in now. This the truth. So once you hit that 43rd, back this way, they don't even care about it no more. The motherfuckers is in the south, in the southern hemisphere, is using the coordinates to move around. Oh, what the fuck they saying in the north, how they work? The south ain't saying their own start, they looking at it, their own coordinates and how they move and how they navigate. But everybody navigating to this north shit now. And north all of a sudden is traveling, boats traveling up water, going up to a pole that they created right here in the center of the so-called earth, where they created this pole and put the sun right here. Now you got to raise it up, and now all of a sudden everybody looking up and thinking they going up water. North is going up in altitude. Latitude lines are going up instead of across over here, back over here, walk back, forth and forth. Hey, that's how you walk, nigga. You're back, before you don't walk up nowhere from a water ball, bro. Ain't no boat gonna float up no water ball, bro. We fuck about that gravity shit, all that boy just showed all that shit bullshit. Give me that 0.1 back, that gravity. Give me that little energy you just took, that 0.1. It's 100% the sun, nigga. That will hold this bitch together. Fuck your gravity and fuck trying to take any energy and claim it's to be some other than a resource from the sun, the sun source, nigga. Don't play with it. You play with it, I gotta come see you. I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. It represented a figure. Then it said, goddamn, the layout creates a literal cross. When that cross is wrapped back into a sphere, the main vertical and horizontal axis from the structure spine of. I'm finna go to it. I know I got it. Why I gotta go all the way back to this beat. I'm showing you what they did. I'm showing you how they created this shit. This was the creation of this shit. I'm showing it to you in real time. This shit. What that shit? You put that shit out there. The angle of the carry. What this shit said? It said the structural spine of the map. The structural spine. The map was flat. Remember, all the maps were flat. You got these motherfuckers goddamn talking about. I'm talking about NASA, militaries, and everything. Make that calculation about this Earth, flash stationary plane right now. The ones who got down traject missiles and trying to hit their targets and all that shit. They don't use all this bullshit to bust niggas up. They make their calculation according to a flash station to they bust heads when they trying to bust heads. They ain't goddamn taking this mythological ass, fake ass North shit into no consideration when they doing their calculations. And you don't put it into no consideration neither. But this is how design. The angle of the carry. In classical art and iconographic, a person carrying a cross over their shoulder holds it at a diagonal tilt, roughly 20 to 30 degrees off center to balance the weight while walking. Bring your head back up and who that walk. Fuck. The angle of the carry. What? In classical art, so you got to know your art signs and symbols when you're dealing with esoteric motherfuckers, bro. Carrying a cross over their shoulder holds it at a diagonal tilt. These motherfuckers finna tilt Mother Earth like a popsicle stick. What the fuck they got going on? Roughly 20 to 30 degrees off center to balance the weight while walking. What's the weight we holding? He holding the weight of their sins. He's carrying the weight of the northern sin for the sinning they have done culturally. These are culture sins. These are not individual sins, bro. Your culture wasn't bothering nobody. You went to desert regions and brought water to the bitch. You ain't did nothing wrong. Your culture was not sinning. We ain't talking about you slapped the nigga and you cussed and not. No, we talking about earthly sins. These people sinned against nature's people, dog. their sinfulness. So they need a sacrifice. They just gonna make one big sacrifice and get rid of all their sins and all the things. They done burnt crosses in your yard. They done took all the earthworks and claimed to be their craters of civilization. All the melanated people that built those earthly works were annihilated, executed, exiled, fucked over, all the way till they got all the way back to the true divine holy land and enslaved us on our own shit, hanging us from trees, splitting us with horses. See, this sin. And they gonna wash it away with one sacrifice. Because they transfer their evil ways into the animal. And once they transfer their evil ways into the animal, they sacrifice that animal and let that blood leak. That's the sacrifice. To purify your mind and get that shit off your conscience. Because y'all motherfuckers are the killers. Y'all motherfuckers are the sinners, nigga. And now you got us around acting like we savages. That's why I can never sign my name in no dotted line to my no rap shit. Bitch ass niggas. Y'all hoes did the sinning. And now you got the weight of your world of sin on his shoulder as he carried the cross across the earth. Yeah, he went north to south in Levant, but he is emulating the sun's path. And this is where you're going to make everything be equal. Everybody was made, created equally. We weren't created equal, bitch. This is where you're going to make laws for mankind, and mankind alike is only one human, divine human, upon this earth. And bitch, you hate me, because I know who I am. And I don't know who the fuck you is. We ain't created equal. This equator supposed to make it equal, huh? Your Jesus walk supposed to make it all better, right? You ain't paid for your sins yet, and I ain't got nothing for the sinfulness you done for me, bitch. I'm slaving every day. Bitch, fuck you. With a passion, bitch. Straight up. Let me keep going, bro. I be on this. What the fuck that said? I ain't read the rest of that shit. But they're gonna be saying the same thing, cause the truth don't change. The truth don't need no motherfucking help. It ain't gonna bend, but it can fold. Huh? I messed it up. I supposed to read that shit. Stand globe up. And on the orbital plane, it doesn't sit straight upright at 90 degree perpendicular angle. It leans over at 23.5, matching the exact posture of the angle of someone carrying a heavy cross on their back. What? In short, you're looking at the Earth's axial tilt, not as a random collision in space, but as a direct physical design where the planet itself is positioned like a cross being carried through the heavens. Esoteric. Now let's go esoteric on their ass. They wrote this shit in these synagogues in the northeast. The secret. They know they had the secret between the blacks and Jews. Now the secret between the Japs and the Jew. See, I've been popping this shit along. Y'all just don't get it. Y'all don't get it goddamn before it's over with. I'm gonna leave it here for a nigga to get it. And they gonna take it and walk with it. See, they get it. They get it. Boom. Let's get it. Oh, you wanna play now? See that? There go the North Pole, y'all. There go the Earth cross. And then they shorten the lands up on the north end. Y'all ain't got no lands. Why it's so short on that end? Why it's so short on that end? You ain't got no lands. Why the cross so short on that end? You ain't got no lands to represent the rest of the lands. Just cut off by some mountains and all the lands is down here. That's what you're trying to tell me, right, Chill? And then that mother will come from this way, coming from east to west, northeast to down to South America, the route you travel when you came over here and found paradise. But I'm saying, this is your magnetic pole that you'll never find right here. This is the earth cross. This is the earth being lifted up, and you not no longer being the axis mundi, or the third dimensional inhabitant that goes with the three-tier cosmology of the sun and your ancestors and the knowledge you put forth astronomically, astrology, and lining these mounds and pyramids up to face certain celestials and solstices in the earth. You did all that before these folks even got hold to your shit. You been did all this shit. Now they can't live up to your standards. Now they want to be forgiven for trespassing on your shit. You forgave them for that. Now you want to forgive the ones who got you in debt. Your debt is to be a sinner, which you is not the sinner. But now you born in the sin. A child born in the sin, when he come out of his mama's womb now, you owe these hoes forever now. That's enslavement forever, nigga. But they cool. They did all the sinning, and this would get them out of this would get them out of there. He holding the weight of the northern sin on his shoulder with a golden halo. You know why that halo gold? Cause that's the sun aura, nigga. That's why all crowns gold, nigga. But it come from that black melanated disc, the hidden one that they esoterically never want you to find out about. Don't look at it, they're gonna blind you, bitch. I've been looking for 15 years and I see. That's why I'm popping, because I see. I'm popping on y'all ass, because that's the pole right there, y'all. Y'all been looking for the North Pole all these years, say you couldn't find it. Well, goddamn, unfair is showing you the pole. They lifting the earth and erecting the earth into the sky. And you can't get to the end of the earth now because it's a spherical ball of water. I be able to get to the end of the earth. Why they pop a G like me like that, huh? Why they pop me like that? Why you fuck on my line like that? Huh? I ain't did nothing. Why you fucking with a G? That's strange. Why y'all fucking with my shit? I don't do no pop some real shit. What you talking about? Fuck my whole life go out like that for. Cause I ain't through. I've been waiting to do this live. I've been waiting to do this live. I ain't lying, I've been waiting to do this live. I'm gonna come back and bust up the segments and do my little funny, do my little funny shit, but on that shit right here. Here right here. See? I'm dead serious right here though. See? The reference line. See, the twice I told you, 23.5, in between both of them, 23.5 is the hottest area in the tropic area, and that's the sun path. That's the path of the sun to go across the earth. The earth cross is originally the sun cross. See? And that's the path. And that's the path he walking. And as he doing that, he's going to forgive all them sinners of their sins with a blood sacrifice. And everything going to be okay. And then they going to write God's word for you forever. And they going to become the light, and the light going to become a torch. And now you going to be scared to look at the sun. Why they telling you a torch is the light bearer, a statue of liberty with a torch. The torch is your torture. They're going to torture you forever. You're going to enslave and work for these bitches forever as you importantly import your resources to them, hand your resources over willingly. Because your mind been corrupted of who the fuck you are, what the fuck you supposed to be protecting, and what the fuck you supposed to be standing up for. Your shit. They on your shit. They done ran you all the way back off every civilization you created back home, and then it made it all the way back up here onto the Holy Land to make us suffer every day on our own shit. Y'all crazy, bro. The reference line, the 23.5 angle, is a measurement between Earth's rotational axis pointing out of the North Pole. Pointing out of the sun that's on the ground. What North Pole? I just showed you the pole. Towards Polarius, ain't no Polarius, it's Solarius, it's a solar system. What pole? I just showed you the pole. Now the star gonna be called Polaris, the North Star. That shit don't exist. Don't put your name on top of our shit. That ain't what we call this shit, bitch. And life perpendicular to the plane of Earth's orbit around the sun. So everything is orbiting around the sun like we first had it when you first got our shit. Cause the sun is what holding everything together. No gravity, no extra energy. The sun is the source that holds this shit together, right? The earth cross and the sun cross coincides because the sun make love to the earth and create life that come about those primordial waters, which is 100% of the earth's ocean. Not 97% of the earth ocean. You can't get 3% and go to hollering about the Arctic and Antarctic, and 3% of this water is 100% water. Ain't no Arctic or Antarctic. Y'all niggas up in them cold ass mountains. That's it, that's all. Fuck your water basin. Fuck what you talking about. And get my sun back up in that sky where it's supposed to be. And lay my goddamn earth back down. And leave Mother Earth the fuck alone. And let us go to tending to this earth and growing our crops and living our life like we were doing before we encountered y'all bitches. That's what I'm talking about. See, Polarius. Ain't no pole. Now I'm showing you the pole. I showed you who created it. I showed y'all every step of how they created this shit, because I've been backtracking the hashtag and reversing their ad for a good little minute. To the plane of the Earth's orbit around the sun. Global impact, because the rotational axis goes directly through the center of the planet. What planet? Where did it come from? It's Earth. Oh, now you finna alley-oop a nigga. You finna make a ball of water and throw it up in the sky and alley-oop and just let it spin until you figure out like a Harlem Globetrotter. You're just gonna spin me on your little finger and your little axis there. Bitch, I'm Axis Mundi, ho. And I stand upon a mountain and greet my God every day when he come over that horizon from the east. Bitch, and stare right into it. And I can see the melanated disc inside of it with my own two eyes. Then I close it, my third eye. He be right there in my third eye with my eyes closed still there. Because he gonna leave all kind of radiated energy for me to know that he still walk on me every day. That will make me reverence and illuminated for that day. I'm looking at him now, my eyes closed. Y'all better stop playing with me. See, y'all think a nigga ain't divine. How you do all that cussing shit? Y'all niggas ain't walking the path, though. I walk this shit. Rotational axis goes directly through the center of the planet, both north and south poles lean together at the same tight tilt and all this. And then the North Pole got the same weather conditions as the South Pole. And they talking about that land they migrated from, that God didn't get no shine. That's why we know where Antarctica at. And where you bitches at. And when a nigga get enough power, we don't have to have no nuclear bombs, all that fake ass shit y'all talking about. Bitch, we gonna go to war. I'm gonna be just like Missouri, y'all want to show me. That's why y'all have to keep the young niggas' minds messed up till they get too old where they don't put them in your military. Man, y'all. Shout out to the Northeast for being strategic with their enslavement. Shout out to you niggas. I'm just finna pop now. I ain't got the reference of the measurement between the earth rotation. I should have pointed. Alright, let me go on. I got tired now. Because I just showed y'all the North Pole. That was the basis of me coming on this bitch to show y'all the North Pole. Let me thorn through some of this shit. That is North Pole global impact. Why keep showing me the same screenshot, fam? What y'all doing? I just don't want to go. I want to move forward. Let me move on forward. I need something else. Oh, they done messed my shit up. They done fucked my shit up. They keep giving me the same screenshot, fam. They probably done hit this channel, fam. They keep showing me the same motherfucking screenshot, fam. I don't want to goddamn several different screenshots, fam. Why they won't let me show my screenshots? See, now I gotta come back and pop. Okay, boom. But I want to go back to where I was, though. Y'all just gonna make me goddamn do what I want to do. I want to see these screenshots that I'm trying to pull up. Y'all won't let me see.
Make me do what I don't want to do. Corrupting my time and shit. My time ain't worth shit. Too much time.
Boom. Heard me, the same one. The same one. Go back. Go back. Cause I'ma stay on y'all ass. Y'all know I'ma stay on y'all ass. I wanna see what this nigga, what they say. What they say? They wanna put that one up there. They wanna put that one up there. Okay, we'll be done with that bitch. Let me go back over now. Let me go back on.
We ain't gonna worry about it. We just going to the next one, man. Back on my fuck shit, bro. Time ain't to be fucked with, bro. I hate wasting it, bro. It's gonna be proper. Real proper. About my time.
And then I'm gonna get on some YouTube fuck shit. I'm gonna get on some YouTube shit. Cause it needed. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm finna busting this shit right here though. Cause I found that pole. Bro. And we gonna discuss about my motherfucker self. About my motherfucker. Yeah. Shout out to my motherfucker Uncle Don, man. My nigga, R.I.P. my nigga. We gonna talk about this 3.5. These 23.5 parallels, north and south, tropical areas where they created that equator at. Now, polarities, I told y'all, polarities never existed. The pole is polarities. The show is creating, is a creation of the pole, which they took the sun disk, your God, from your ancient ancestors, who created all these earthwork, astrology, following the path of the sun, solstices, knowing when to the soil, bring forth the crops, receive the harvest. Nature, natural shit. You ain't this fucking. Your culture is not the sin and culture of the earth. These are earthly sins. Sins against humanity. Sins. See what I'm talking about? These are sins. You ain't saying you don't owe nobody shit. They owe you. It's too hard. I see what's going on for real. I see what's popping. What I did. I'm getting my lower self. I'm getting to my lower self. It's very much needed. Very much needed. Now watch this. The 23.5 tilt is the carried axis, a cross standing straight up. Axis, a cross standing straight. 0 relative to the vertical represents an idea of unfallen state. Leaning the cross over at a diagonal as Jesus bears the weight over his shoulders, mirrors the exact angle of the Earth's rotational axis relative to the orbital plane. The orbital plane? What plane orbiting? Nigga, we ain't in no space. Nigga, this flat land is the Earth. This Mother Earth. There ain't no orbiting plane, nigga. The thing that's orbiting is in the heavens. The Earth ain't in the heavens. You about to ball it up and throw it up there now. So you finna esoterically write us up and lift the Earth up on a cross, make it spherical and call it 3D, which we are already the third dimension as height as the Z-axis. Huh? We are already. What you mean orbital plane? A plane? So first you had the motherfucker there as a plane, goddamn, spinning and shit. Man, get the hell out of here. The weight of the solar cycle esoterically, this tilt is what creates the seasons, the birth and the death of the harvest and the winter solstice. This how you get the Easter, the Christmas, all this shit come from your knowledge, bro. But they got to be forgiven for the sins they didn't commit against the jewels of the earth, the divine bloodline of the earth, the children of the sun, God's people, not God's chosen people, God's people. Not God's chosen people, but God's people. By natural facts, born in abundance, and carried the intelligence they gained by studying life in the light, in the heavens, in the rotation. We ain't never said nothing about nothing being magnetic. We know all of it was held together by existence itself. That ain't supernatural. If it was supernatural, we wouldn't be able to see the sun every day. It's here in the physical. You live a life of reality. Your God is here in the physical. He's everywhere. He's here with you in the physical. And you scared to look at him. Because this how they esoterically wrote this shit into play. This how they wrote you out of your motherfucking existence and took your identity. And now you want to go through a motherfucker and say, I got my paperwork. I want to be sovereign, nigga. You sovereign through the sun, through God. They're all trying to for nigga through popping this little shit. Yeah. I don't know when I became somebody to fucking play with. Motherfuckers don't play with you. You beg to fucking be peaceful shit. Yes, from an esoteric perspective, the 23.5 angle directly mirrors the sun's path, swinging between the tropics of Capricorn and Cancer. This your pole, y'all. They still ain't found the pole. Yeah, how the fuck I can go find it? They can't find it. Because they created it and made it up. X marked the spot. I forgot to show y'all the X, and the X was gonna make it show you. Yeah, I'll show you later. One day I'll probably just let that go. Just know that when you cross the earth and make the four corner directions from north, south, east, and west, once you make the north and the south, this is the sun's path that they're following right here between these two parallels. The tropical Cancer and the tropical Capricorn. In esoteric cosmology, the physical measurements of the earth and the sky are viewed as reflections of sacred geometry. What they writing this, they creating a world for you to spin on a 23.5 tilt. Why they choose 23.5? I knew it was gonna be a connection to that shit. Because of the heated area. It's on a 23.5 fucking parallel. North and south. And that path is the path of the sun going across the earth. Not around all that. The sun come across this earth, bro. From east to west. Now I'm gonna say this. Once you lift that motherfucker up, bro, the west becomes northwest. That's the belly of the beast. I've been telling you for years, you usurp you with those circles, brick clip you, now you in the belly of the beast. Now the belly of the beast, the northwest, is going to become the north, straight up in the air. Now north is going to become straight up in the air, because they're going to stand across the fuck up. They're going to stand the earth up. They're going to stand the whole earth up, and now the northwest become north. Right in that little area right there where the sun ain't no shine for them. So they migrate from the northwest over to the northeast. So the north is going to become northeast. There's Japan, them over there. Then guess what'll happen when you do that shit? Japan come out of the northeast and become true east. And become the rising sun. That's not your location, bro. You ain't over here in this east. You ain't in the east. The sun don't give you no shine. You located in the north. The northeast can't be the east. So you trying to disguise that you are north. You are northerner. You Asian motherfucker, you a northerner. And y'all corrupted in them synagogues and put this shit together. That's why Solomon Temple is over there in Japan. Them Shintos. See? That's why you got control over the Jews. The secret connection between the Jap and the Jew. That's my second book that I probably never write. I'm just gonna get on here and pop my shit. That's all. I'm just gonna get on here and pop my shit. That's all. The boundaries of the sun, the tropical Cancer north latitude, and latitude becomes going up the water instead of going across the water. See, now latitude is gonna become going up the water once they stand it up instead of going across the water. Latitude. And the Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south. These are the two. You see what I'm talking about? Y'all see it? Y'all see it? They telling on themselves. Y'all don't even want to get it. Y'all don't even want to get it. They want to get into it. All my boy do is get into it. My boy don't want to get no real shit. Nigga on some real shit. You did. Where was that? Come on, I gotta get about it. Yes, from the exterior. The cosmic balance esoteric council represent the highest point. I forgot where I just got that from. I gotta remember where I'm going to get this shit from. The cosmic balance esoterically council represents the highest point of light, the summer solstice. This the highest point. This the sun, this God at its highest point before they put it on the ground and told you it was a magnetic rock. As you go through all your life thinking that finding the North Pole or reaching the North Pole was the main thing to do in life. What we trying to get there for? Oh, I want to find Santa Claus. He sits there. He got some gifts for me. Corrupted the mind of niggas, adults and children with this shit. Standing the earth up. The fuck out of here, man. Mother Earth ain't yet trying to hear that shit. Mother Earth produce crops and they sprout up out of the ground towards the sun, towards the heavens. 3-tier cosmology. That's what our folks was on representing, bro. Understand that? The summer solstice. Northern descent into matter. And Capricorn represents the lowest point or gate of death. Capricorn represents the lowest point or gate of death. So Cancer is the highest point, and Capricorn is the lowest point, and considered to be the gate of death. The winter solstice, when everything returns toward the spirit, everything get dark. Connecting to the cross, the 23.5 tilt of the Earth's axis is what creates these exact boundaries. These exact boundary lines on the planet's surface in esoteric. What does that fucking say? I don't even know how to. I'm back up in this bitch, man. Cause I gotta get this out my chest, bro. This some real sacredness for these people, bro. And this how they pay for their little sins, bro. This how they make you forgive them and make them holy. And you change places with them. You become the sinner. You become the sinner. You ain't sinning against nobody, bro. You was sinned against. You was sinned against. Let me see how well. Yeah. The cosmic exterior council represent. Okay, I can't remember where I came to. Boom. But I'm gonna remember though. Okay, go to this one. Boom. The cosmic. Okay, connecting. Okay, boom. Now let's go. Back. Cause I gotta remember where I'm going to get to these screens. That's where I'm going. Boom, 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 boom. Now let's try this one. Boom. Now there what it is. And esoteric and astrological systems, the weight of sin corresponds to the descent into the physical world and the darkest periods of the solar cycle. Capricorn. So the weight of the sin is coming from the north. The sins, the weight of the cross, the weight of the cross, the sins is coming from the north. The people who creating this shit against the divine people that sits down here in this south, bro. In the tropics, in paradise, the agriculturists, the first people who was dealing with astrology and studying the sign. And now they gonna come with this little corrupted story. Capricorn. We're mapping esoteric symbolism onto northern latitudes and the tilt Earth axis. This concept functions through several key associations. The fall into darkness, as the sun moves south towards the Tropic of Capricorn, the northern hemisphere enter winter, a time of darkness, cold, and spiritual death. So they got complete darkness in the north. When the sun hit its lowest point, Capricorn, death. So they got to get out of the area. That's why they migrated on over to the northeast and got over there and made a continent called Europe that's sitting in Asia. Ain't no Europe continent. This is where these folks went over here. Mix and mingle over here. These northerners don't get no love from God. Their God is the moon. Manny, I'm going to show you. As long as I can keep over my spots. I just want to, bro. That's all I want to do. Y'all take it and do what you want to do with it. Y'all take it and do what you want to do with it. I'm just popping it out to you. Boom, there go right there. Boom. The fall of darkness as the sun moves across the tropical Capricorn. Let's go. Spiritual one, the burden of the material world. Northern latitude. Now I'm just going to get this shit. Because I want to get this shit. Because I got some screenshots. I'm finna erase all this shit. A lot of this shit finna get erased. A lot of this shit finna get erased. Boom. The burden of material world, the northern latitudes historically represented the heavily populated industrial and material bound world. The material world. See, this is where the material world, these folks are gonna be on some bullshit, materialistic ass people. Right? In the material world, bound world, in Western esoteric thought, bearing the sins signifies carrying the physical burden of creation. It signifies carrying the physical burden of creation. How you carrying the burden? You ain't creating shit. Mortality and time that exists when light recedes. The solstice turning point, just as Jesus bears the cross to the point of crucifixion. Gotta carry, gonna go kill itself. The sun kill itself. They gonna crucify all people. Gonna crucify all this shit. The sun reaches the lowest. We ain't gonna get this shit, bro. Cause this shit, I ain't never looked at it the way I'm looking at it right now. I ain't never took it to my soul. Well, I'm taking it to my soul right now, but I knew it was something special about it. I knew it was a message in it. I knew it was something special about it. Because it's showing you how they took the sun path and corrupted the mind of our people, bro. Some of our people ain't our people. Some of our people but it's not our people. What that is? That burden of material, what I just come out for, it sins. This was a turning point. Okay, now go back and get that. I'm going to get these screenshots in a little special way. I'm going to get them, so y'all just bear with us, G, you feel me? So let's go here. The soul's turning point, just as Jesus bears the cross to the point of his crucifixion. It said the point of crucifixion, the sun reaches the lowest point, heaviest point in the north. The one associated before bringing. Let's go. Crucifixion, the sun reaches its lowest, heaviest point in the north at the winter solstice before being reborn and ascending back towards the spring equinox. Let's do somebody. See how it go?
How the sun get at the heaviest point in the north, it don't go north. The sun go east to west. Know that real.
See how this go? The axis as the pillar. The sun is the pillar. The sun is the pillar to hold all this shit together, and all this shit is being disrespectful to your God. But y'all don't get it though. The tilted axis acts as the cosmic spine. That is spine. What's gonna come along with the spine is the axis. What the axis represent? Those vertebrae in your neck. Right? Those vertebrae, the A, the B, C, that's them vertebrae. And then you see the sun is the crown gold. That's your crown chakra, see? It's your shit. And then the chakras is a spine going on down in here to get to the lower chakras and the lower self, which I got to get up out of my lower self, cause I got shit to do. The axis is the pillar. So the axis, the pole becomes the pillar. So the pole becomes the pillar. The sun is the pillar of the whole universe. It's the pillar. So now this pole is going to become the pillar. The axis acts as the pillar. The tilted axis acts as the cosmic spine. So everything rotating around this cosmic spine. But it's all held together by the sun. The weight resting on the northern pole represents the pressure of the maintaining balance axis. Let's go get this. Let's go get this. It piques my interest. You know what I'm saying? Let me go get this. Because I found the pole, y'all. They're like they can't find this motherfucker. They're like they can't find this pole. They're like they can't find this pole. Each temporary zones represent their... Okay, let me go back. Because they're like they can't find this pole. How the hell I can go find it? Can't nobody go find that pole? Can't nobody get his son respect enough to recognize when it's being disrespected? Acts as the pillar tilted. Acts as the cosmic spine, and the weight resting on the northern pole represents the pressure of the maintaining the balance across the equatorial divided between spirit, light, and dark and matter, darkness. The matter, the dog matter. They don't want to tell you what dog matter is, that melanated dog universe.
The dark and light exists right there in that sun. That black ass did the dog, and the light is the motherfucking illumination and radiation he put off. And the portal to the afterlife is going through that bitch back to the motherfucking heavens, bruh. We don't need you to separate darkness from light. You're doing it on his own. The sun do everything y'all trying to emulate and say. He'd do it on his own. Them the facts.
The equatorial. See, this path right here is equaling everything out. This is where you get your four corner directions and a lot more. This is a very special spot. Some people gonna be able to dig way deeper than me because, you know, I ain't that smart. I ain't that smart. I ain't got no sense. But this equatorial, this equator, this is where this equator is being invented. Because it ain't real. This is just the path of the sun. It's not wrapping around the bottom of the ocean and standing at the bottom of the ocean up and making it to be the back of a ball. See, you Pacific Islanders gonna be in a whole lot of trouble if I continue. I'm gonna show y'all bitches y'all location and everything on this hoe. At least on this little fake ass shit y'all got out, because I don't even believe it's the right maps. But I digress. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know shit. This is just a little comedy channel, man. Comedy purposes. I know what's going on with it. But anyway, let me put that back up there. That's the next one. Each temperate zone represents 43 degrees of latitude, about 2,970 miles and 470 kilometers, 780 kilometers, stretching from the 23.5 to the 66.5 in both hemispheres. This is where they create these hemispheres. Create a top ball and a bottom ball off of the Earth cross. This is the Earth, originally known as the Sun cross. I'm just showing y'all. Now I'm gonna come back and run this shit. Now this is where we started at right here, y'all. Boom. The Earth cross. This is the cross that Jesus is carrying on his back, bro. Carrying the weight of the sinners. The ones that come down the steps of Eurasia, which is esoteric to Jacob's letter, because Jacob came face to face with God and received his illumination, and now he's very important. So his step pyramid, his mound, esoterically reaches all the way up to the heavens. And they see the pearly gates and everything that's in the heavens. And this man ain't even got no melanin in him. How the fuck did Jacob come face to face and get any kind of illumination from God? No pineal gland, corrupted knowledge. It ain't your shit, Jacob. It's my shit. It ain't your shit, Jacob. It's my shit. You feel me? Let's go. Let's continue. Placing three-dimensional beings onto a two-dimensional surface introduce height. What? Didn't I just tell you the third dimension? You yourself is the axis mundi. You the third dimension. Placing three-dimensional beings onto a two-dimensional surface introduce height. Water is measured in depth. There is no water over your head. There's no such thing as a water hill. There's no such thing as a boat climbing and going up. No motherfucking water. You the third dimension. You yourself. And the animals and all the inhabitants that occupy the earth, the land. The mountains are even third dimensional because they have height. That's where 3D come from, Sarasu said it. It's not a pancake, sir. You are the third dimension. You yourself, which will be corrupted until you be in an animation, a cartoon. Animistic. Anna. That's why I Annie up by my motherfucking self. That's why I'm here talking to my motherfucking self right now. See? Because this is what truth do. This is what truth do, my nigga. I am meant to be alone, bro. Because that's what truth do, bro. Worrying about everybody else that is emotion trying to stay around forward. Just walk your path type. Which transform the overall physical space occupied into a 3D system. Did you heard that? They took you in your existence of being the three-dimensional physical being upon the earth's surface and corrupted you to be walking around a ball of water like you have tentacles like an ant on a basketball. Annie up. Placing three-dimensional beings onto a two-dimensional surface introduce height. The z-axis, which transform the overall physical space occupied into a 3D system. You are the third dimension, bro. And you measure yourself from sea level, which is where the... I'm gonna run this back on for JJ somewhere. Unfed, I'm gonna run this shit back, you feel me? Yo, we gonna run this sun like the sun supposed to be rain. Like the God it is. By my motherfucking self. Annie up. Annie up by my motherfucking self. I said, boom. Oh, hold up. Let me go somewhere. Let's see what I got popping over here in this bitch. Let's see what I got popping over here in this bitch. Yeah, that's too much time. That's too much time. I want to see this fuck boy right here. I want to show y'all this nigga right here. See this nigga right here? This bitch who made up the poll told y'all ain't no fucking poll. This is the guy who made the poll, bro. These northerners came and created this world for y'all, man. And I'm gonna keep popping. I've been told I ain't never stop, bro. It's 3GD for life. FED, 3GD for life. Flat Earth discussions. 3G. 3Gs of deception. God, globe, and gravity. I'm gonna point out this deceitfulness. I deem myself to do this shit. And I gotta walk a lonely path. I try to break the curse. I can't break it. It is meant for me to goddamn walk this path, bro. Truthfully. Alone, fam. Now I gotta pop in my little circle. Cause I ain't got shit but my name. I said, boom.